Starting a business is not a walk in the park. But what if I told you sometimes it actually is? Welcome to Kibeti, where everyday things you see abroad becomes real business ideas you can take back home and profit from. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you enjoy this type of content. Well, right now I'm literally in a park. Yeah, see that? Just walking, nothing fancy. But if you look a little closer, this place is full of business ideas hiding in plain sight. Just look at that. Beautiful. Yeah. Very simple idea. Nice walkway. Yeah. Even a little pond. Just make it beautiful. Nice idea. You see, most people come here to relax, clear their head, maybe get some fresh air. But if you train your mind, yeah, if you train your mind to think like an entrepreneur, you start seeing opportunities everywhere. I mean, seriously, opportunities are all around us. You just literally need to open your eyes, because some of us, we come to these first world countries and we see things that we wish we could see back at home. But have you cared to think that you can actually make money from such ideas? Well, this is one of those little talked about ideas which you can literally do back at home. Yeah, just take a look around. Very beautiful. Yeah, people walking around, just enjoying the environment, the ambience that comes with it. There's a little bench even here. You can, take rest and relax, meditate, read a book, just unwind and enjoy fresh air. You've got an open space. It's a clean environment. Yeah, you've seen people walking. Yeah, you see that? Just spending time here. And let me tell you, where there are people, there is always opportunity. Yeah? Now, imagine this. If this park was in a place like, let's say, Kenya, or, somewhere in Africa, this exact setup could easily become a revenue generating business. Just look at that. Very simple. Yeah. You don't need to do much. Just look at that. Beautifully crafted. Is that a bridge? Yeah. And there's another bridge there. Just natural forest, as you'd imagine. Just a little bit of creativity, if I would say. And like I said, a clean space. This is one of the things that amazes me in this country. Just look at that. There's a dust, what do you call it? It's a dustbin, yeah? Here they call it rubbish bins, where you can just throw your used paper wraps and cups and things like that. I mean, people are very, very, very organized here, and they respect the environment. You don't see people littering the environment. And this is just a culture you can create. You can create a business like this and just create a culture of, people keeping the environment clean. Just look at that. Very small creativity. Somewhere where, you can do some team building, or just for fun. Kids, when kids run around, they just like places like that where they can just veer off the trails and just do a bit of fun. Just look at that. You can grow indigenous trees and put down things like that. just to say, this was planted by so and so. If sometimes big people visit your park, and yeah, those are just some of the amazing things you can do. Yeah. And this type of business doesn't have to be complicated, really. It can be really, really simple. Just for start, you can do something like a simple entry management, a small affordable fee, you know, and very soon you can turn this to a reliable stream of income. So yeah, so you can put an entry fee, an affordable one, like let's say, okay, if it's in Kenya, something like 200 shillings or 500, depending on the location and demand, And there are other activities you can include. I mean, think of it. If someone is coming all the way from, let's say, the big towns, the big cities like Nairobi, Kisumu, Eldoret, and your park is like, let's say, 10, 20 kilometers away from the city, then probably they will be coming there in their own cars. They don't have bicycles or anything. You can introduce bike rentals, They come there, they rent your bikes for a fee, ride around the park and make some extra cash as well. And then you can introduce kids playing area. This park specifically has a kids playing area somewhere about 2 minutes walk from here. Maybe I'll show you in this video, but yeah, you can introduce some kids playing area or just simple outdoor games, Because the thing about this type of business that you need to understand is that people are not just paying for space. They are paying for the experience. The reason why someone would drive their car all the way to Eldoret, for example, to Kakamega or Kisumu, is for the experience. Yeah. And trust me, parents will always pay for a place where the kids can safely play. If the environment is safe for the kids, a lot of parents would never mind driving all the way to your location. And being a private park, you'll obviously invest in good security, maintain high standards of cleaning. And trust me, this is a kind of business that you don't need to do much. You just need to ensure the environment is conducive and you have a steady flow of income, Now, again, remember we are looking at this business from, let's say a remote location. Yeah. So let's say you're in the US, UK, Australia, or wherever you are, and you have this big chunk of land, your inheritance, 10 acres somewhere in Nandi, or your 5 acres or your 50 acres. There are rich kids out here, and your land is just lying there idle. Yeah. Now this land that is far off, that is away from the city, will definitely mean that people will need food. Yeah, that's something else to consider. So you can have a little restaurant there just to sell fast food or drinks or things like that. A small cafe there, just sell some snacks, and make a bit of extra money. You see? Well, just look at that. People are here sometimes to just walk their dogs, and now we have all these chihuahuas in big cities, and it's not even safe to walk them outside because of the crazy matatus and crazy boda bodas and just the environment that is not conducive. Why not create something like this where people can bring their dogs and just, enjoy their dog walking hobbies, And trust me, people are willing to pay a lot of money for this, you know. You don't need millions, trust me. All you need is land, a bit of creativity, clean it up, make it safe, add a few simple attractions like this. Just look at this. And it doesn't matter, even if your land is lying, you know, next to a pond, you can make creativity like this. Just be creative. Look at this. Look at how beautiful it is. I bet this is one of those locations where, newlyweds or, yeah, newlyweds would like to take their photos and make memories. Just a bit of creativity, Yeah. So the question is, what are you walking past every single day? That could actually be your next business. Because opportunities don't always look like opportunities. Sometimes they just look like a normal day, a normal space, normal place, and just a walk in the park. But if you think a little deeper, that walk in the park could be the beginning of something much bigger. Anyway, I'll keep walking, but start paying attention to your surroundings. You just might be sitting on your next business idea and don't even know it.